There must be higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Right here, right now, in this holy space, we can find the love we seek if we feel into the grace. And now, we're going to say a few things. First, come to our sound healing journey today. Sam and I are leading an immersive event. You get to receive everything you ever wanted as you go into your internal eternity while sounds nurture you into whatever your intention is. That happens at 11:30. We'd love to see you there. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The one, the only, Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Thank you, Lucy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living of St. Augustine. I'm Reverend Ken Wilcox. You're most welcome to be here this morning. You know, we're sort of a unique community. We don't have a dogma. We don't force our ideas upon you. We encourage you to come to a God of your understanding, one that can empower your life, one that you can use to bring more love and more joy and happiness and prosperity into your life. So know you're in a great place this morning. And to make all that wonderful stuff happen, you only have to do one simple thing. And that's to leave all your troubles, your wouldas, your couldas, your shouldas, leave that stuff outside. And for the next 45 minutes or so, open up an avenue of spirit possibilities. And what are spirit possibilities? Whether for more love, more joy, more happiness, more dance, more laughter, more friendship, all those things in life that make us feel alive. Because that's what Spirit is doing through you and through me, showing up in the physical, recognizing itself through our love, our joy, and our laughter. So know you're in a great place, and Spirit is going to reward and heal you abundantly. Well, we always have a lot of announcements, and this morning we start off. We have Kathy coming up. She's telling us about her workshop next week. Come on up, Kathy.
So first I want to talk about really quickly, poured in the storm, keeping the kids warm. Devin and I were going through our closets and our drawers again, and we found that we had a lot of winter clothes. There's still a couple more months of coldness, so I figured that instead of giving it to Goodwill, that we could give it to the kids in the Port of the Storm. They're our same sizes. And then I was like, well, let me ask my family here. So anything that you guys want to donate, I have a whole list, but anything that you think is warm and fuzzy, and we'll do it till February 8th, and we'll give it to them before Valentine's Day. If you guys want to, that'd be awesome. And next week, we're going to be talking about the easiest, most effective method to decreasing disease and illness in your family, hand washing. There's going to be information that you do not know about. It's going to be audience participation, and there's going to be a quiz afterwards. So bring your journal, bring your pens, and see who can get 100%. I look forward to seeing you there. Love, learn, take control. Yes, you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Now, also on the 25th of this month at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a question and answer session about our trip coming up for the Camino Trail. So if you're interested in that, that's on the 25th at 11. Our members meeting is going to be on February 1st, and that's 11:30 here. We're still looking for people who can help us with our bingo game that we're wanting to sponsor. There's a sign-up sheet outside. This coming Saturday, we're going to have an interfaith peace and healing meditation here. That's going to be at 1 o'clock on Saturday, this coming Saturday. It will be interfaith. We've got Swami Radhakananda coming. We've got a Catholic Christian minister. So it'll be a really wonderful time just to send out peaceful and healing vibrations to our world and community. Also next Sunday, we have the Circle Supper starting up. If you've signed up for that, please attend. If you have questions, come up and ask me. And now we have our wonderful Gita coming up to tell us about her class. Come on up, Gita.
Did you say wonderful?
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Gita, and I realized I have been doing the work that I do 50 years. And I come to San Augustine. So I won't tell you my age, but anyway. I just wanted to let you know that I teach on Fridays a yoga class. I call it a meditation in motion. 90% of it is breath work. Breath work for relaxation, concentration, enhancing the mind aspect of our lives. So I invite you all. I do not charge anything. All I ask is to leave a donation. And I said, all ages are invited. And just to let you know, I am planning a retreat, a one-day retreat, a yoga retreat with meditation yoga and food and everything else. But anyway, the most important thing why I'm here and Ken is giving me this opportunity to share this with you is because I want to invite you to come on Friday. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Everyone is welcome. You don't need a special clothes. You don't need anything. All you need to do is come, sit, and enjoy and relax. It's very relaxing. And I also want you to know that I've been coming to the Center for Spiritual Living since I moved to San Augustine 30 years ago. But anyway, and I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gita.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Look how far we've come. Look at what we've done. Together we are strong and we will carry on. But tell me what you see, the truth of you and me. We can look into our hearts and see the love we bring. For love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Well, this love for one another, I feel it getting stronger. And we don't have to feel divided any longer. 'Cause even if I just met you today, I feel our connection in a deeper way. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. It's enough to wake to this new awareness, and we can play in our connectedness, and we see what we all have in common. And it's so fun to realize our dreams and desires are so much more alike than we ever knew. The path we walked before brought us to this open door. And all I know is this new world's full of possibilities. And life is so much more fun than we ever realized it could be. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Let's be together. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars. Let's come together. We get to be together.
Thank you, Sam and Lucy. And just a heads up, come the first Sunday in February, I think that's the 8th, isn't it, Lucy?
Second Sunday.
Second Sunday, Lucy's going to be speaking for me. So you'll want to be sure to hear that. Now, to bring us all together in consciousness, we've got our wonderful Linda Ryan coming up to do a reading and treatment for us. Come on up, Linda.
Good morning. Jim Sull was supposed to be here today, so you all need to send him some healing energy because he has this flu bug. So on Friday morning, when he texted me and asked me if I could come and take his place, I said yes. And I was studying for my practitioner training class. And so I said, Spirit, I need your help. You tell me what I'm supposed to share with the group. And as I was reading my material in Living the Science of Mind, there was a section that was also in my student guide that had been quoted. So when I finished reading that, Spirit said, this is what you're supposed to share. So here I am. Out of abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Today I am keeping careful watch that I think and speak only those things that I wish broadcast from my mind and return to me. I desire that everything I think shall be from the heart as well as the head. I wish to broadcast kindness and love, sympathy and understanding, peace and joy. No condemnation, judgment, or fear shall go from me to anyone or anything. Tuning my mind into the divine, I draw into my own soul the essence of everything that is good, true, and beautiful. I draw into my mind the realization of the divine presence and the power of good until my whole being responds. And this is all I wish to broadcast to the world, something that will help and heal and bless, something that will cause everyone I meet to feel a new strength, a new hope, desiring to receive the divine blessing in my own life. I wish to broadcast it to the whole world. And now for the affirmative prayer. Get comfortable, take a deep breath. I will say it in the first person such that you can take it as your own. I know there is one divine presence, God's Spirit. I know that divine presence is love, peace, oneness, and light. I am the individualization of that presence. This I know, that as I go through my week, I can be that light, that God presence. I can share joy, peace, and love. And as I greet and see each person, I smile and know that that God presence is there with them. This will provide me the freedom and joy and the knowing that peace can be in this world today. Any thoughts that are to the contrary, I release and let go as I know this is the absolute truth. I am so grateful for this knowing. I let go and let God, and so it is, and I let it be.
Thank you, Linda.
So would you stand and sing with us? And why do we stand? This is a chance to feel that presence through your whole body. You're standing, you're connecting. You don't have to wait. Right now is a good moment to feel
Please, and put it on the stool and
presence
put it in front of the
to
stand so they can make an offering as they go. Thanks, Victor.
Open my eyes so I can see more clearly. Open my heart so I can love more deeply. Open my mind so I can know thee all and lose myself in eternal bliss. Open my eyes so I can see more clearly. Open my heart so I can love more deeply. Open my mind so I can know thee all and lose myself in eternal bliss. Open my eyes so I can see more clearly. Open my heart so I can love more deeply. Open my mind so I can know thee all and lose myself in eternal bliss. So I can lose myself in eternal
Thank you, Sam and Lucy. Have a seat, please. So my talk title this morning is The Thing Itself. And this is the first chapter of the Science of Mind textbook by Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder. And in January, we have a tradition where we go through the first 4 chapters of the textbook. It's a way to ground us in our teaching. And so today, it's the thing itself. Now, I know that phrase can seem a little bit jarring at first. Dr. Holmes, he's speaking about God, the creative intelligence of the universe, yet he deliberately avoids personal language because he doesn't want us to identify this as a male deity modeled after human personality. He's describing a universal principle, one that includes both life, male and female, visible and the invisible. Not a personality, not a temperament, not a preference, but an intelligence, real, reliable, impartial as gravity or electricity, and infinitely more expansive. Dr. Holmes, he opens his textbooks by saying, there is coming a day where science and religion will walk hand in hand, not in competition, but in harmony. A day when science no longer denies the invisible, nor religion to deny fear and reason. And I believe we're closer to that day more than ever. And one place that I see it bubbling up is with near-death experiences. When people have these experiences, they rarely talk about heaven and hell as described in traditional teachings. They describe consciousness, awareness, transitions, something closer to what the Tibetan traditions would call the bardo. Holmes said, revelation at its best never destroys reason, it fulfills it. Dr. Schultz, my teacher, he said that our teaching never insults your intelligence. And this is the same thing Christ said. Christ said, I haven't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. And true religion does not oppose truth, it reveals it. Albert Einstein said, science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. And what we're really seeking is a unity of belief, an understanding of life that includes both the measurable and the mysterious, the visible and the invisible. And we want to have that understanding, one that we can believe in, one that we can understand, so we can put it to work in our lives for a better life, a better world. Holmes says it would dishonor this intelligence that we call God to imagine it creating a humanity that has challenges, but to leave it bound, to leave it drowning in fear and broken. We are not here to live in lack and limitation. We're here to thrive. We're here to be the best of ourselves. We're here to know ourselves as God knows us. Strong, dynamic, powerful, out in the world, making a difference. Holmes says, you can't count the grains of sand on a single beach. He says, the earth holds untold riches. The very air itself is vibrant with life. Why then, he asked, do we live in lack and limitation? Why does fear rule our lives? Abundance is the rule, not scarcity. Freedom is the design, not bondage. The divine plan is of freedom and more freedom. In Hindu scripture it says, the self is not bound by action. Freedom is its nature. Freedom is not something we earn, it's something we realize. In the Tao Te Ching, it says, spirit does nothing, yet nothing is left undone. There's an intelligence at work in our lives, precise, impartial, unfailing. And sometimes we see it most clearly, not in theory, but in life itself and how our lives unfold. I have a personal story I'm going to share with you. It started at last Saturday evening around 8:30. I found myself in the emergency room at Flagler Hospital. I had what they were to call a sleep event. I'm fine, but they've recommended some more testing, and I understand that. Though there's a part of me that thinks it wasn't a physical thing at all, it was a spiritual thing. And I'll share with you why I have that idea. Now, from my perspective, I just simply drifted off to sleep in front of the television. And I was having an amazing dream. I was dreaming of an old college professor, a history professor. He was bitter as car battery acid. He didn't like me at all. He was very tough, but I loved him because he could explain stuff. He was really good at explaining how things had happened. The Russian Revolution, the French Revolution, our Revolution, the Depression. He could lay out the steps of how these things took place. And so I was back in the lecture hall with him, and it was as if he was talking 50 years from now. And he was talking about the circumstance we find ourselves in now. And he was laying out why we had gotten to this place. And he was about to start talking about how we got out of it, how we were going to move out of it. And just as he turned the page to start that part, Tom started shaking me awake. And I woke up and I could tell that he was really disturbed because he said he had tried to wake me up before. He said my eyes were wide open, but I hadn't responded. So I got up, I came fully to, I was back to myself. I got on AI to explain my situations. AI came back and said, you better get yourself to the emergency room. I would have wanted to talk against it, but I knew I had no choice. I could have either talked Tom out of it or AI, but I couldn't go up against both of them. So off to the emergency room, we went at 8:30. And I was convinced that we were going to find a whole hospital full of coughing and hacking and sick people. Amazingly, I got there and it was empty. It was empty. They got me right back to the room. And the people that I had to check on me were perfect. They were right out of Hollywood. The nurse I had was a wisecracking, world-weary, heart of gold type. She reminded me of Flo from Alice, if you remember her. I almost ordered a patty melt from her. The doctor was young. I have socks older than he was. But he couldn't have been nicer. He couldn't have been kinder. He was just great. Now, while we were there, a disturbance broke out in the next room. A woman they had brought in, she had expressed to the police ideas of self-harm, and so they had brought her to the hospital. And she wanted out of there. And I could hear everything going on, particularly with my ear pressed against the wall. I was sick, I still have to be nosy. You know. And what I was hearing was amazing because it was the nurse and the doctor. And they were in there and they responded with kindness and compassion and reassurance. But she was hopeful she could talk her way out of there. That's what she wanted. And that couldn't happen. You know, she had set legal things into motion. And so at first they dealt with her very kindly, with clarity. And then when that didn't work, they stepped up and they were just more matter of fact, businesslike. This is what's got to happen. And if you want to get out of here quick, then this is what you've got to do. There was not anger from them. There was no judgment. Now, here's the thing that I thought was most miraculous. They left her room to come right back into my room, and when they showed back up with me, they were back to their wonderful selves. They were back to their wisecracking and friendly selves. They had not allowed that energy to attach to them. They had not, they were back to their kind and loving self. That was intelligence moving through them for a greater good. That's what Dr. Holmes is describing in the thing itself. Not a personality trying to be good, but a principle working through life to bring about the best possibilities through you and through me in our lives at this time. Not holding on to resentments, just responding to what the moment calls for and how we can bring about a greater answer. Dr. Holmes, he had a very curious thing he said about prayer. He said the answer to the prayer is in the prayer, because prayer does not change God's mind. It opens our eyes. It changes our minds. It opens our eyes to the good around us. When we shift from scanning life for what's wrong to recognizing what's good, what's working, what's present, and our thinking is renewed, we go from victims to possibilities. We go from lack and limitation to abundance. We go from being handicapped to moving out in the world and say, I can make a difference. I'm not here to be just a potted plant. I'm here to be a conduit. I'm here to be the way Spirit is working in my life. In the Christian creation story, God says, let there be light. And then it declares, this is good. When we learn to see what is good, to recognize it, to praise it, to give gratitude for it, it expands. Our eyes open. It can be the wisecracking nurse, the compassionate doctor, the moment of grace where we move beyond fear and limitation. Christ said, I have come to life that you might have it more abundantly. But we can't experience abundant life if we're constantly searching for that which makes us angry and resentful or afraid. In the Buddhist text, they say, mind precedes all things. And what mind has created, mind can change. Now, as one thinks, one becomes. Our thinking creates this mold. Universal mind accepts the mold. It accepts it's whether it's good or bad for us. It has no opinion. It accepts what we give it, and then it sets in motion according to law. We don't create these laws, we discover them. Just like electricity existed before we understood it. Spiritual laws operated long before we named them. And ignorance of the law binds us. Awareness of it liberates us. Holmes says we're afraid of the universe. We're suspicious of one another, uncertain of our worth, but as intelligence increases, our capacity to cooperate with life grows. We are here to be happy. We're here to be well. We're here to be prosperous. We are here to know ourselves as God knows us, not as weak and wounded, but strong, dynamic, bold, making a difference in the world. Now, I know for a lot of us, hearing about freedom and abundance and trust and the intelligence of life can feel difficulty, especially when we see the world around us. It's no news to anybody. We're living in troubled times. There's division, there's anger, there's fear out there. And it would be naive to speak of good when news confronts us daily with suffering. But here's the truth. This isn't the first time our nation has stood at a breaking point. We've been here before, and we've survived. There are many times in our histories where our cities burned, when families were torn apart, when the future looked uncertain. Yet again and again, we found our way through. It always seemed in the worst of the time, the best leaders stood up and charted a new way. At the end of our Civil War, over 700,000 people had died to rid ourselves of the scourge of slavery. And Abraham Lincoln, he didn't call for revenge, he called for a healing. He said, with malice towards none and charity towards all, let us bind up the wounds of our nation. This wasn't weakness. It wasn't, it was masculinity at its best. It was spiritual courage. Decades later, when we went through another profound time of hatred and violence, Dr. King, he still dared. He said there's going to come a day when white children and black children will climb the Stone Mountain in Atlanta, Georgia, a place so identified with hatred and bigotry. And he said they will join hands and sing out, and they won't have any fear of danger. If they could see these possibilities in front of us in their times when had been so much disruption, how can we not choose to lift our eyes up when we're going through what we're going through? And here's the thing, change doesn't begin out there. We can't wait for politicians to fix it. We can't wait for our institutions to fix it. We can't even wait for an old professor to give us a clue. We cannot even wait on Spirit itself to come down from a distant place and make it right. The work begins within us. The work begins now. Holmes says this: ignorance of the law binds us, but awareness liberates us. And the law is this: when we consistently hold in consciousness, reflects in our lives. When we hold fear, it multiplies. When we have judgment, it deepens division. But if we hold compassion and understanding and clarity, then something new will emerge. This doesn't mean that we have to deny pain. It doesn't mean we have to excuse harm. It means we refuse to let bitterness be the guiding force of our lives. And when we're ready to release judgment, we will see a better day. Now, I can understand it's not easy to be going through these times and to try to see things from a higher vibration. But that's what Christ did on the cross. He turned it over to God. He cried out, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they have done." That wasn't a denial. That was the release of his own anger. They had nailed him to wood. He had a right to be angry. But he knew he could not ascend to Christhood holding that on. So he gave it over to Spirit. And that was the release of that toxin, and it gave him the opening to ascend. Now, I want to be honest with you. I don't stand up and say I've mastered all of this. I have my moments just like any of us. We're only human doing the best we can. But this morning and every day, Spirit is inviting us to know something better, to do something better, to be something better. Because hatred binds us, judgment weighs us down, and resentment blocks the flow of life itself. This morning, Spirit is inviting us to do something brave, to loosen our grip on condemnation, to lift our eyes from fear, to imagine for a moment, that's all Spirit needs is a moment, a greater possibility. A world where we don't think we have to all look alike, but to remember that we all belong to one life. A world where differences don't require division. A world where compassion is stronger than outrage. And this is not a fantasy. This is aligning with the thing itself, the intelligence that has always been working towards a greater life, a greater freedom, a greater good. When we align with it, and our thoughts and prayers and our daily behavior, we become instruments of that intelligence which is moving through us, which is calling forth in us a greater life, a bolder day, a brighter day of sisterhood and brotherhood, where we all can live together in one nation, one possibility, one love. It's what Spirit is calling you to do. And this morning is the time for us to step up and step out and join hands together and to bring in a bold new possibility of love and compassion and kindness. It's in every one of us to do, and we're up to the task. It's the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to sing a song that you know, but we're going to change one word because it's the new year, y'all. The one word is shall, and we're going to change it to now. Rhymes. We now overcome. You know it. We now overcome. We now overcome someday. Oh, you could change that to today, right?
Today, right?
All right, work with me. walk hand in hand.
We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand today. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we walk hand in hand today.
We now live in peace. And think about how true it is right now in your personal life. 2, 3, 4.
We now live in peace. We now live in peace. We now live in peace today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we now live in peace today.
The original, just for fun.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday.
Thank you, Sam and Lucy. Now we come to the time where you support our wonderful community, and we support this community because it is doing great and good work in the world. So you can support us in several ways. You can volunteer for us, you can do prayer work for us, and you can support us in coin. Now, however you choose to support us, know that your donation will return to you multiplied abundantly. So if you will take your intention and place it over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. All right, Sam and Lucy? Thank you. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you, choir. Thank you, Sam and Lucy. And thank you for supporting our wonderful community. Your support is allowing this great, I'm sorry. It is allowing this community to grow and to thrive and be that beacon of love and heal and light. So we thank you, we bless it, we release it, knowing it does its good and powerful work, returning to us multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Mercedes. All right, guys, now comes the time where we conclude our service, and we do it with an affirmative prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, we'll hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me today. There is but one God and one mind and one power. That power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. It called me by name to walk the soil of St. Augustine, here at this moment, at this time. So I know I've come to life with all the power and goodness of spirit. I am powerful. I am dynamic. I am bold. I am the way life works in my life. So this morning, in this sacred space filled with all these wonderful people, I choose to let go of all the turmoil and trouble the world is presenting me. They're just shadows of the truth. I can lift my eyes up to a greater knowing and a greater possibility that I am here in life so I can witness God manifest through my hopes and dreams, love and desires. So this morning, I turn away from the confusion of the world. Those are small ideas, and I've played with them long enough. This morning, I choose to see myself as Spirit sees me, strong, dynamic, bold, out in the world and making a difference. I choose to see myself as a healing balm, bringing more love and laughter and compassion and kindness. I choose to see my community, my nation, and the world full of sisterhood and brotherhood, living together in peace and harmony, raising the next generation in hope and love. This morning, I turn away from every false idea, and I lift my eyes to a greater knowing that Spirit is here with me. It's calling me forth, urging me on. A path has been made before me, so I leave this place encouraged. I leave this place inspired. I leave here listening to the voice and song of the universe that I am here to witness the glory of God made manifest through me. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing. And I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last idea, and that is your life. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, this is Reverend Ken wishing you many blessings.
Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Ooh, love is Let's get together. Let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together.
Last one, y'all. We can reach the stars.
We can reach the stars. Woo. When we come together, let's be together.
Choir of Light, would you come forward for just one announcement?